Dum, 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 dum. Alright, how we doing, guys? Good? Good. Alright, this is my first wrestling, Impact Wrestling in 2012. This is Impact Wrestling for March 25th, 2012. Alright, to start the show, we see James Storm in the ring talking about his title match lockdown next month in April, talking about how he wants the World Heavyweight Championship back and how he wants revenge on Bobby Roode. I can see why. He kind of screwed him over when Bobby Roode first got the title a few months back, and he's wanted a good quality match ever since. And me, I don't really blame him. I'd want to do it myself. I'd probably beat the living shit out of him and have him lying in the ring for a good 10-15 minutes trying to catch his breath. But I'm getting off topic. Alright, Bully Ray comes out to the ring and causes some trouble, saying, "You want to fight me? You want to fight me? Okay, cool." So he makes a James Storm versus Gunner match for later in the broadcast. But before that even happens, James Storms and Gunner have a brawl inside the Impact Zone that leads to Bully Ray sucker punching excuse me, guys, sucker punching James Storm, and then that pretty much ends that segment. Alrighty, Madison, we have our first match of the night, which is a knockouts match. It was Madison Rayne versus Velvet Sky. Alrighty, in my opinion, this was a good way to start out Impact, because you don't have very many opening matches that has two knockouts, or in WWE Divas, and I kind of like that TNA mixes that up a little bit, because like I said, you don't see it very often, and in WWE you don't really see Diva matches that often unless it's a pay-per-view, and even then you still don't see them very, very often. Goodness. Tired, guys. Alrighty. Madison Rayne got much in this match, pinning Velvet Sky to the canvas, and she got the win by pulling Velvet Sky's tights, which, I mean, I know she needs momentum going into Victory Road this Sunday when she faces Gail Kim for the Knockouts title, but I don't like to see people win that way. I know that's how wrestling is these days, and people want to win by any means necessary, but I don't really think that's a quality way to win. That's just my opinion. Sticking to it. Alrighty, we had a backstage segment with Crimson and Matt Morgan having their problems recently because they lost their tag team titles to Joe and Magnus last month at Impact Wrestling's pay-per-view. And ever since, excuse me, guys, fuck. Crimson and Matt Morgan haven't been on the same page since then, and I can't really explain why, because I don't know. I figured when they lost the titles, they'd go right back to trying to get them back without all this fighting, but I guess not. Which leads to Crimson and Matt Morgan versus the tag team champs Samoa Joe and Magnus. Now, of course, they're going to have the tag team champs. Actually, I didn't see parts of this match because I had to go do something, so I can't really tell you guys who won the match. I know that's completely unprofessional, but I really had to go do something. Alrighty, guys, let's see. Oh! Austin Aries comes to the ring and celebrates his 182 days of being an X Division champion. In my opinion, this is a smart move from Austin Aries, because 182 days of being X Division champion makes him the longest reigning X Division champion in Impact Wrestling history. So why not come out and celebrate? He had the champagne, didn't have women. I don't know why. Didn't have it all party-ish. Like, I was a little disappointed by that. I figured a guy of Austin Aries' caliber would have the wine. He had wine, the women, had balloons and streamers, and just going all out, but I guess he didn't think it was too necessary unless he wins at Victory Road this weekend. But Zema Ion comes out and crashes the party, basically saying, I'm going to win at Victory Road, and I can easily do what I did to Jesse Sorensen. I can easily just do it to you. But before I get to that, Zema Ion doing that to Jesse Sorensen was just completely out of the question. I mean, I know this is professional wrestling, and I know he probably didn't mean to do it at the time, but the way he's been showboating that around for the past month, or however long the pay-per-view was, is just completely unprofessional, and he has no regard for what he did to Jesse Sorensen at last month's TNA pay-per-view. A guy like that just sickens me to my stomach. It really does, guys. The just blatant disrespect that Zema Ion has to not only Jesse Sorensen, but to other X Division wrestlers and Impact Wrestling as an organization. Just doesn't slide by me very well. But anyway, Zema Ion comes out and basically says, and basically just talks a whole bunch of shit. Then Austin Aries gives him the toast. Zema Ion basically says, I toast to beating you on Sunday, and then throws it in his face. But that's not the funny part. Austin Aries basically gives Zema Ion a champagne shower by shaking it and then going, ah. I don't know really how to do it, and I know that looked like I was masturbating, but it was just an example, guys. It's just an example. But Zema Ion getting that bath was pretty funny in my opinion. It was one of the highlights of this Impact. This Impact. Alrighty. Next we have a segment with Eric Young and ODB. Basically, how they're gonna get married. They might have gone to a wedding chapel, 24-hour chapel, the traditional wedding, and all this other fun hooey-dooey stuff. But on a later Impact Wrestling, they decided they wanted to get married on Impact, where everyone could see it. In my opinion, awesome. Alrighty. Then we have a backstage segment with Kurt Angle basically making a 5-minute challenge to Garrett Bischoff. And in my opinion, it's not really smart, because Garrett Bischoff doesn't know very much inside the ring. I'll give the guy kudos when I get to that match, but I'm pretty much just going to spoil it and say that he survived the 5 minutes. But after the 5 minutes, Kurt Angle just basically beat the living shit out of him. So I pretty much just gave you guys the Kurt Angle Garrett Bischoff review. He survived the 5 minutes, and after that, Kurt Angle just beats the living shit out of him. Okay, we're on to Mickie James versus Gail Kim. Now, I thought this match was going to be more two-sided, but Gail Kim basically took Mickie James to town on what I've seen watching it tonight. Seeing as she needed to get more momentum into Victory Road, I can see why Impact Wrestling did that. But this was a good mid-card match, in my opinion. Having two divas that know what they're doing in the ring, have a lot of history together, and they have both have women's championships. I thought that was a good mid-card match, in my opinion. I don't know why I'm yawning so much, guys. Sorry. But, Gail Kim getting the win and getting momentum in for Victory Road this Sunday. So, Mickie James, don't count yourself out just yet. I have faith in you, girl. Alrighty. Next we have Christopher Daniels versus the returning Mr. Anderson. Wait for it, wait for it. Anderson. Alright, this match, the return match for Ken Anderson, in my opinion, was a good mid to end match for a returning Ken Anderson. But Daniels pretty much had this match because of the ring rust of Ken Anderson. Ken Anderson had some good offense going, but like I said, because of the ring rust, Daniels pretty much had the upper hand on him pretty much throughout the whole match. Then about mid to end match, Kazarian comes out and tries to interfere in the match, but then AJ, the phenomenal one, comes out and basically says, yeah, nope, pulls him from the rope. Daniels is screaming to AJ, hey, you're not supposed to be in this match, and then Ken Anderson does the mic, I believe he does the mic check to get the win. But before that, they had a backstage segment, Daniels, Kazarian, and Ken basically saying, you came back and yada yada yada, and you shouldn't be in the AJ, me, and Kazarian thing, and yada yada yada. And Ken's like, well, yada yada this and yada yada that. It was, in my opinion, it was actually pretty funny, and I hope this is a feud that stays for a while, because I think this would be a pretty good feud. Ken Anderson, Daniels, or Ken Anderson, Kazarian, or AJ, Kazarian, or all of the above, none of the above, some, none, whatever. Alrighty, next, Robbie E issued an open challenge for Victory Road. And basically he said, I've done one of these before, and well, it didn't go very well because I just beat the person. Well, be careful what you wish for, guy. Because at Victory Road, I'm sure someone's going to come out that you don't want to come out. And I wouldn't be surprised if Robbie T came out, beat the living shit out of Robbie E, and captured the TV title. That'd be my opinion. Hope TNA Impact doesn't. Alright, next we had the Gunner versus James Storm. In my opinion, this was a good end match for Impact Wrestling because it has two of the top. Okay, there we go. It has two of the top mid to end card wrestlers in Impact Wrestling, and I believe both of these guys will both hold championships one day, even though both of them already have had championships in the past. James Storm, just being the all-around wrestler that he is, I believe he can make a run, or actually he is making a run for the World Heavyweight Championship, and try and maintain it for a while. Gunner, I think Gunner's more of a mid-card guy, going for the X Division or the TV title. I'm not questioning Gunner's ability by any means. I've seen this guy in the ring. He is aggressive as they come. Oh my goodness. But, in my opinion, he's a mid-card for right now. If he can bulk up, well, I shouldn't say bulk up, because there are plenty of guys that aren't bulk, but are main eventers. And I'm not even going to get into that. But if this guy can focus more in the ring and not be a total jerk, but plenty of heels have been successful, whether it be WWE, Impact, let's see, any of them, because WWE and Impact ones are the only ones I watch. I'm sure there are plenty more out there that I can be watching, but I'll just stick to these two for now. Alrighty. Then we had I believe the contract signing for the match of the Selfish One. Oh shit. Robert Roode and the Enforcer Sting. Now this wasn't like a traditional contract signing because there wasn't actually any fighting at all. But Robert Roode basically said, the reason you've been screwing me all these times is because you're jealous. You're jealous of my ability inside the ring, and you wish you were me, and all the stuff that he'll say. But in my opinion, it's not that. Robert Roode has basically been just a dick the past few months. And even if he is a heel, he should not be acting like a total dick screw off like he has been the past few months. Sorry guys, I had to check something real quick. But in my opinion, he shouldn't have even been World Heavyweight Champion to begin with. He really should not have been. That's just my opinion. Alright guys, question of the broadcast.